our state-of-the-art facility, we ensure every bottle of Palmolive is made with the highest quality ingredients and precision.
When we think of a bottle of shampoo or shower gel sitting quietly in our bathroom, we rarely stop to wonder where it comes from or what kind of journey it has taken before reaching our hands. Yet behind that familiar green bottle lies a global brand with more than a century of history, Palmolive, a cornerstone name in personal care products and a proud member of the Colgate-Palmolive family. In the United States, Palmolive is not just a brand. It is a symbol of industrial discipline, scientific rigor, and long-term commitment to consumers. Every product manufactured here must meet some of the strictest standards in the world, not only in terms of quality and safety, but also sustainability and environmental responsibility. And this is where Palmolive's production philosophy truly begins. At its core, Palmolive's approach to manufacturing in the United States is guided by one fundamental question. How can everyday products improve people's lives without compromising the future of the planet? This question shapes every decision, from factory design to energy use, from ingredient sourcing to waste reduction. Palmolive's U.S. manufacturing facilities are built around the concept of responsible production. These are not just factories, they are highly controlled ecosystems. Water usage is monitored and recycled, energy consumption is optimized, and emissions are carefully reduced through advanced technologies. Even the layout of the production floor is designed to minimize waste and maximize efficiency. But beyond machines and systems, there is something even more important: mindset. At Palmolive, production is not about speed alone. It is about consistency, trust, and accountability. A single bottle of shampoo must be exactly the same as the millionth bottle produced after it. For American consumers, consistency is not a preference, it is an expectation. This philosophy also reflects the realities of the U.S. market, where regulations are strict, consumers are informed, and competition is relentless. One small error can lead to massive recalls, reputational damage, or loss of trust. That is why Palmolive treats production as a long-term promise, not a short-term process.
This tank holds enough product for over 1 million bottles.
This is the most critical step in the manufacturing industry process.
How do scientists decide what is safe enough for millions of people to use every day? The answers lie in the research labs, where Palmolive products are born long before they are produced. Long before a single bottle is filled, sealed, or shipped, every Palmolive product begins its life in silence, inside research laboratories, where formulas are questioned, challenged, and rebuilt again and again. This is the hidden world of research and development, the true birthplace of every shampoo and shower gel, created by Palmolive under the guidance of Colgate-Palmolive. Inside these R&D centers in the United States, teams of chemists, biologists, dermatologists, and product engineers work side by side. Their mission is deceptively simple: create products that cleanse effectively, feel pleasant on the skin, smell inviting, and remain safe for daily use by millions of people. But achieving all of that at once is anything but simple. Each new formula starts with a question, not an ingredient. Should this product be more moisturizing, more refreshing, more suitable for sensitive skin?
We're good to go.
The answers
All right,
guide months,
confirming batch
sometimes
release
years
for
of
Palmolive.
experimentation. Scientists carefully select surfactants, conditioners, fragrances, and botanical extracts, testing how each component behaves alone and how it reacts when combined with others. A formula that looks perfect on paper can fail within minutes in the lab. It may separate, lose stability, irritate skin, or degrade under heat. When that happens, it is sent back to the drawing board without hesitation. At Palmolive, there is no compromise when it comes to safety and performance. One of the most critical stages of development is dermatological testing. Products undergo extensive evaluations to ensure they are gentle, non-irritating, and suitable for long-term use. These tests are designed not only to meet regulatory requirements, but to exceed consumer expectations, especially in a market as demanding as the United States. But science alone is not enough. Sensory testing plays an equally vital role. How does the product feel when applied? How does it rinse? Does the fragrance linger too long or disappear too quickly? Panels of testers provide feedback that can dramatically reshape a formula. Sometimes, A product is reformulated, not because it fails scientifically, but because it simply doesn't feel right. And then there is stability testing. Products are stored under extreme conditions, high heat, cold temperatures, long periods of time to simulate months or even years on store shelves. Only formulas that remain consistent, effective, and safe under all these conditions are approved for production. Yet, even after a formula is perfected in the lab, one major challenge remains. A product that works flawlessly in small test batches must perform exactly the same when produced on an industrial scale, thousands of liters at a time. So, how does Palmolive ensure that what works in the laboratory can be replicated perfectly in a massive factory? And what role do raw ingredients play in preserving that delicate balance? To find the answer, we must follow the formula's journey to its most critical foundation, the ingredients themselves. No matter how advanced the science or how precise the formula, the true quality of any Palmolive product ultimately depends on one critical factor, its raw materials. For Palmolive, ingredients are not just components, they are commitments. Every shampoo and shower gel produced in the United States is built upon a foundation of carefully selected, rigorously tested materials. The journey of each ingredient begins long before it reaches a factory gate. Palmolive works with a global network of suppliers, each of whom must meet strict requirements for safety, consistency, traceability, and ethical sourcing. A supplier is not approved simply because they can deliver volume. They must prove reliability, transparency, and long-term sustainability. Once an ingredient arrives at a Palmolive facility, it does not go directly into production. Instead, it enters a controlled inspection process. Samples are taken and analyzed for purity, chemical stability, and compliance with internal specifications. Even a minor deviation, something invisible to the human eye, can result in an entire shipment being rejected. This level of scrutiny exists because small variations can create big problems. A surfactant that behaves slightly differently, or a botanical extract with inconsistent concentration, can alter the texture, scent, or performance of the final product. In mass production, consistency is everything. Palmolive places special emphasis on responsibly sourced ingredients, especially those derived from nature. Plant-based oils, extracts, and fragrances are evaluated not only for performance, but for environmental impact. Are they renewable? Are they harvested responsibly? Can they be traced back to their origin? These questions matter as much as lab results. In recent years, the company has also prioritized biodegradable and environmentally friendly materials. The goal is not just to meet current regulations, but to anticipate future expectations from consumers who are increasingly aware of what goes into the products they use every day. Storage and handling are equally critical. Raw materials are kept in carefully controlled environments where temperature, humidity, and exposure are monitored continuously. Even the timing of when an ingredient is introduced into the production process can affect the final outcome. Yet here lies the twist. Even the highest quality ingredients are useless if they are not measured, combined, and processed with absolute precision. A formula is only as strong as its execution. 1 gram too much, 1 second too long, or 1 degree too hot, and the entire batch can be compromised. So how does Palmolive ensure that hundreds of ingredients arriving from different parts of the world come together flawlessly every single time? How are human error and inconsistency eliminated in a process of such enormous scale? The answer awaits inside the factory itself, where automation and technology take control of the production line. Step inside a Palmolive manufacturing facility in the United States, and the scale of the operation becomes immediately clear. This is not a place of chaos or noise, but one of precision, rhythm, and control. Here, technology takes center stage, ensuring that every formula developed in the laboratory is reproduced perfectly thousands of times a day. For Palmolive, automation is not about replacing people. It is about eliminating inconsistency. Massive stainless steel mixing tanks dominate the production floor, each capable of holding thousands of liters of shampoo or shower gel. These tanks are connected to computerized systems that control every variable temperature, pressure, mixing speed, and timing down to the smallest fraction. The process begins when raw materials are automatically dispensed according to pre-programmed formulas. Sensors verify each ingredient before it enters the system, ensuring that nothing out of specification is ever added. Once inside the tank, Powerful mixers blend the components under tightly controlled conditions, creating a uniform product with identical texture, color, and viscosity in every batch. Human oversight remains critical. Engineers and technicians monitor the entire process in real time, reviewing data streams from hundreds of sensors. If even one parameter drifts outside its approved range,
Load
the
the
system
shampoo
can halt
first. We
production
need 5
instantly.
cases of the Palmolive
This is
green
not a
cap.
setback.
Okay,
It is
and
a
the body
safeguard.
wash goes on
One
top.
of the
We're
most
clear for
impressive
outbound.
aspects of Palmolive's U.S. production is traceability. Every batch is assigned a unique identifier, allowing it to be tracked from raw material intake to final packaging. If an issue were ever detected, the company could trace it back to its source within minutes, a level of accountability essential in modern manufacturing. Automation also plays a key role in efficiency and sustainability. Closed-loop systems reduce waste,
Palmolive body
optimize water
wash,
usage,
cucumber
and
scent.
minimize energy consumption.
Verified.
Heat
Quantity
generated
matches
during
the
production
manifest.
can be recovered and reused, further lowering the environmental footprint of each product. Yet the true challenge lies in consistency over time. Producing one perfect batch is impressive, but producing millions of identical batches year after year is where Palmolive's manufacturing excellence truly shows. Machines do not tire, lose focus, or forget steps. They execute instructions exactly as programmed every single time. But here is the twist. Even the most advanced production system cannot guarantee perfection on its own. A product may be manufactured
Water,
flawlessly
sodium
and
lauryl
still fail to
sulfate,
meet expectations
cocamidо
if it does not pass the
propylbutane,
final tests.
fragrance,
So,
citric
what
acid.
happens after production
The
is
shampoo has
complete.
keratin,
How
but the
does
body
Palmolive
wash is
ensure that only
moisturizing.
products
I
meeting the
suppose the
highest
shampoo
standards
is the
ever
priority
reach store
today.
shelves and consumers' homes? The final answer lies at the last gate of the journey: quality control, packaging, and distribution. When production
All right,
ends
that's the last
inside a
one. Your
Palmolive
total
factory,
is
the story is far from over. In fact, this is where one of the
Okay,
most
I'll
critical
use my
phases
card.
begins. For Palmolive, manufacturing a product is not the finish line passing quality control gates. Every batch of shampoo and shower gel produced in the
All right,
United
here is
States
your receipt
must
and your
undergo a
bags.
final
Thank you.
series
Thank
of
you.
rigorous
Have a good
tests
one.
before it is approved for release. Samples are taken directly from the production line and evaluated for pH balance, viscosity, color consistency, fragrance accuracy, and cleansing performance. These tests ensure that the product not only meets internal standards, but also remains safe and stable throughout its entire shelf life. In addition, products are subjected to stress testing, exposed to extreme temperatures, vibration, and long-term storage simulations. This process mimics real-world conditions, from warehouse storage to transportation across thousands of miles. A product that performs perfectly in the factory but fails under these conditions will never leave the facility. Only after clearing every quality checkpoint does a batch move on to packaging. Here, automation once again plays a key role. Bottles are cleaned, filled, capped, labeled, and sealed at high speed, all while being continuously monitored by vision systems and sensors. Even minor defects, an improperly sealed cap, or a misaligned label are detected and removed instantly. Packaging at Palmolive is designed with purpose. Bottles are engineered to protect the product, optimize transportation efficiency, and reduce environmental impact. Increasingly, recyclable materials and lightweight designs are used to lower plastic consumption without compromising durability. Once packaged, each product is coded with detailed tracking information. This allows full traceability from factory floor to distribution center and eventually to retail shelves. For Colgate-Palmolive, this level of transparency is not optional. It is essential for maintaining consumer
Here
trust
is
on a
the
global
shampoo.
scale. From here, the products
Thank you,
begin their
darling.
final journey.
Are you ready,
Pallets are
sweetie?
loaded, logistics systems are activated,
Okay, push the
and
button.
Palmolive products are shipped across the country
Like this,
and around the
Daddy?
world.
Perfect.
Within
Nice
days or
and clean.
weeks, they will appear in supermarkets, pharmacies, and online stores, seemingly simple items ready for everyday use. And yet, behind each bottle lies an extraordinary chain of decisions, controls, and commitments. Years of research, strict ingredient selection, automated precision, uncompromising quality checks, all of it working together to ensure that when a consumer reaches for a Palmolive product, they never have to question what they are using. But as consumer expectations evolve and sustainability challenges grow, the journey does not truly end here. The next generation of products is already being imagined, tested, and refined. So the question remains, how will Palmolive continue to reinvent its process to meet the demands of tomorrow? while preserving the trust built over generations. The story of production may end here, but innovation never does.